This is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, one thing that we can be sure of when Donald Trump wins a presidency is that these white people who have a longing for the plantation will crawl from under their rocks to make a statement. The last time Trump was elected, white kids were coming to school telling black kids they were going to send them back to Africa and they're going back to the plantation. The plantation is never far from their minds. I don't know if that's a win for us or not, but they're not able to get on with their own lives because of the obsession that they have with black people. Because the reality is, and this is it's a pretty well kept secret, is without black people, most of them are nothing and nobody. And even Donald Trump can't do anything about that. So this is a text that's been going around to black college students in Alabama and Mississippi, and now I heard Oklahoma as well. And it says, you have been selected to pick cotton at the Oklahoma Tulsa Cotton Plantation. Be ready at 5 a.m. sharp, Thursday, November 7th, with your belongings. Our Trump executives will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be... Oh, Lord. Be prepared to be searched down once you've entered the plantation. You are in Plantation Group B. Now, there's one that's going around in Alabama. There's one that's going around in Mississippi. And I don't know if there are other states involved, but they say it's nationwide. Somebody sent this from an untraceable telephone. Now, some people believe that a black person did this, but I don't believe a black person did this. I believe a white person did this because I know the obsession that white people have with black people. It goes back to the same thing. White people want black people to be at the bottom, but we're not. They don't want to compete with us because they can't. They can't compete with us. So this is the kind of thing that they do to try to insult you or try to put you in your place. I guess that's what they think they're doing. But it's the same thing with the blackface at Halloween. I started to do a video asking, I wonder how much black shoe polish they sold during the Halloween season, but I didn't get around to it. But I'm going to say it now. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with the fried chicken jokes and the watermelon jokes and the black shoe polish, the blackface. They can't get on with their own lives because they're stuck on black people. They're stuck on black people that they really cannot compete with. And I know a lot of black people don't believe this, but when you live around them the way I have, you know what you know. As like they say, when you know, you know. Well, I know. And I know they don't like to compete. They want to be on top, but they're not on top. The only thing they have going for them, the biggest contribution that white people make to America is being white. They run the government in the ground. They run the economy in the ground. They run the education system in the ground. They run everything in the ground because they're just average to below average people. And Donald Trump makes them feel good about being white. He makes them feel like they really are something special. I went to the grocery store this morning, and where I live, it's a really nice area. But a few miles down the road, it's kind of rural. So they don't have a grocery store in that community. So they come up to where I live to the grocery store. And I saw some of them in the store this morning. If y'all have never been around really poor white people, you wouldn't. It's a different kind of white person. It's a different kind of white person. But Trump makes them feel better about coming out into the public and buying food. You would be surprised how those people stay hidden out in the mountains and the hills and rarely come out. But Donald Trump makes them feel like it's okay to come out again. So I just think something like this is hilarious. But black people get upset about stuff like this because they think they're trying to put us down. They may be trying to put black people down, but they're mostly trying to put themselves up. They're trying to make themselves feel special. Oh, Trump is the president now, so I'm going to say this. Knowing full well they better not go. Who are going to meet them? And first of all, just look what it says. Be ready at 5 o'clock sharp in the morning, which would be about the time the enslaved people would get up. And the executives are going to come and get you in a brown van. I was like, okay, come on. I'll be waiting for you. But this is the silly kind of stuff that they do. It's silly. They find it funny, but they are trying to put you down now. But let me tell you the kind of white people who would do stuff like this. Probably most of them would do it if they thought they could get away with it. But the ones who would do it the most is the ones who don't fit in with the in group, the popular group. They're the ones that stay up, the nerdies, the weirdos, the ones who think about, shooting up the school. They're the ones who think like that. And also the jealous ones. The ones who can't get the white girl that the black athlete likes. They'll do stuff like that. So it's usually the ones who don't fit, and that's most of them. They don't have a unifying culture like we do. We went through something together. We went through a tragedy together. And out of that tragedy, we have a history and a culture that binds us, that we call our lineage. They don't have that. Only thing that binds them in America is their whiteness and their hatred or disdain for black people. That's the only thing that unites them. Otherwise, they are from France or Great Britain or Scotland or Czechoslovakia or Poland. And those are completely different cultures. And they really don't have anything to draw them together. So they do stuff like this. Now, the goal for black Americans at this point in time is to shake it off. We have to learn how to shake it off because somebody's doing something intentionally to trigger you. So Donald Trump won. So what? He's been the president before. And nobody has gone back to a plantation or back to Africa except the ones who wanted to. So this is just something to trigger black Americans to say, we won, Trump won. I don't anticipate black Americans' lives changing, but it might. But if it does, then we'll just have to deal with it. But we have to learn how to shake it off because this is just a prank, really. It's a prank. Now, they say they have notified the FBI, and the University of Alabama has stated that, if they find out who did it, they're out of there. If they go to the University of Alabama, black parents are concerned that somebody has gotten into the database of the college that their children are going to and got all of their personal information. Now, that's what black parents are concerned about. And I believe that that would be the focus of the FBI, to find out who did that and how they came to get those children's information, because they've got their telephone number, their address, their full name, everything. So that is concerning to black parents, and it needs to be dealt with from that point of view. Because if somebody has broken into the database of a school and gotten those children's personal information, that person needs to be prosecuted. And that is the angle that this should be operated from, and not from the angle that you upset me, because we know this is just a prank. It's just a prank, but it's not funny when you look at the seriousness of it, of whether or not somebody has broken into a college's database and got those students' personal information. So anyway, we'll have to stay posted to see how this works out. But I'll let you know. I will let you know. But anyway, let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and have a good evening.